I'm sure you know that this button is recirculation. So what it does, it closes the flap of the climate system that takes air from the outside. So if you activate the recirculation function, your climate system will only take the air from the inside of your car to warm it up in the winter or to cool it down in summer when you use the AC. And in most cases, you want to keep this recirculation function off. So you want to take fresh air from the outside of your car. Because if you close it, if you use your recirculation for a long time, you will breathe out all oxygen in your car like it's not sealed. So you will still get some air from outside, but a little air. And so you want to keep it off to get some fresh air in order to breathe some oxygen. But there are at least 4 ways to benefit from the recirculation function. And the first obvious thing is that you can activate the recirculation function when something stinks outside of your car. So when you feel some bad smell, you can activate immediately the recirculation and your car will stop taking the stinky air from outside and you will breathe the air which is inside, which doesn't stink that much. And after you pass this area where the air is stinky, you can deactivate the system and take some fresh air from outside. And the second thing, which is really helpful when it's really hot in the summer, you want to activate this recirculation function when you turn on the AC and it's hot outside. It means that all the air that is cooled down by your AC will be cooled down again and again and again. It will not take the hot air from outside, it will not try to cool it down. And in this case, it's like 5 times faster your car will be cooled down. You can make sure that in most cars it will work automatically even if you don't want to activate this system. So you need to activate the AC, and you see that if you are in auto mode, so your automatic climate system decides what to do, your circulation is automatically on. And if you turn it off, you don't have auto mode. And if you again press auto mode, the system activates automatically. So let's check. If I raise the temperature in my automatic climate system, it will turn the system off at some point. I will raise it, and you see when it's 27 degrees Celsius, the function is off. And if I make it again to 20, the function is automatically on. So what it shows? It shows that the brain of your car is pretty smart, and it knows that if it activates the recirculation function, it will cool down the interior of your car faster. So you can use this. If you are in a hot day sitting in your car, the first thing you want to do is to open all windows and let some cooler air come inside, because in your car it may be like plus 60 degrees Celsius, I don't know in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. And then when you cool down the interior of your car, you close the windows and turn on the AC and turn on the recirculation, even if it doesn't turn on automatically in your vehicle. And after a minute or two, you will start feeling that you're getting cold air in your car. If you don't turn on recirculation, it will take you like several minutes to start feeling the effect of AC work. But it's not all. So the third situation when you want to use the recirculation button is when it's very dusty outside. So what happens when it's very dusty? You don't get this dust inside your car because you have a filter that is mounted somewhere in the air intake, cabin air intake. And this filter will hold all this dust. But this filter will have to be replaced after that, and you don't want to spend your money on that. So what you want to do, if you have a lot of dust outside, you want to turn on recirculation function, and this dust just will not come into your car. It will not come to the filter because the flap that closes the air intake will not allow this dust to come to the filter. And this way you will save your money, because this filter shouldn't be replaced like every year. It's one every 3 years or something like that, depending on your car and depending on what manufacturer says in the driver's manual. And then the fourth important thing is that if you're allergic to something and you know that you're driving through the area that has a lot of these plants, for example, You just want to turn on the circulation function, and you will not protect yourself completely from some allergic elements to come into your car, but you will get way fewer chances to get the allergy when you're driving. But there is one important thing: avoid using your recirculation function for more than 1 hour. In this case, you will not have enough oxygen in your car, your windows may start fogging, and you may even experience headache or something like that. So don't use this function for more than 1 hour. And additionally, it's not recommended to use this function a lot in winter and autumn when you have a lot of rains and snow, because your windows will be absolutely fogged when you activate the recirculation function. You need some fresh air from outside to help you dry the windows and see the cars around you.